LS86 TV is a television station located in La Plata, Buenos Aires, Argentina. The station is owned and operated by America TV S.A.America. Is also one of Argentina's 5 national television channels. LS86 maintains studio facilities and offices located in Palermo neighborhood of Buenos Aires. Its transmitter is located in the Florencio Varela Partido, Buenos Aires Province. Outside of the Buenos Aires Province, America is available on cable. History: 1972. Founding Channel 2 in La Plata was launched on July 25, 1972 as TV under the ownership of Rivadavia Television S.A., whose proprietors also owned several radio stations and the now-defunct El Mundo daily newspaper. La Plata is close in proximity to Buenos Aires, and the two cities can receive each other's television broadcasts. This geographical reality led TV to target the much larger media market of Argentina's capital, but with transmission facilities in Florencio Varela to the south, northern portions of the metropolitan area couldn't receive an adequate signal. This stood in contrast to the other 4 stations in Buenos Aires, which had their transmitters located in the city proper. 1970–76. Ownership of Panamericana Television. At the start of the 1970s, Peru's Panamericana Television acquired TV. Panamericana's owner, Peruvian businessman Genaro Delgado Parker, had strong connections to Gormestra, who owned studios in the Martinez neighborhood. For that facility, the two produced programs intended for the entire Spanish-speaking world. However, problems continually plagued the channel, stemming from its technical disadvantages. The ratings for Argentinian television were measured in Buenos Aires, and its comparatively poor signal could not offer the same coverage as its 4 competitors. Comedians joked about the station's small 7% market share by dubbing it James Bond, a pun of his 007 codename. To lower costs, it began airing cheaper programs, even simulcasting Canal 13 at times. 1976–87. State ownership. In 1976, the province of Buenos Aires took control of the station, and in 1979, it was transferred to the provincial-level Ministry of Economy. The same year, the station became known as simply Canal 2. Color broadcasts, which began in 1980, the same year as national station Channel 9, made it the 3rd station to be converted to color transmissions and the first TV station outside Buenos Aires itself to introduce color broadcasts. After the fall of the final Argentinian dictatorship and return to democracy in 1983, a bid was hurriedly opened to solicit companies wanting to privatize the station. Radiodifusora El Carmen S.A. won the license, but it took 4 years for the company to find a partner with the technical capacity to run the station. Finally, in December 1987, El Carmen partnered with Héctor Ricardo Garcia, owner of the Crónica newspaper, and his company Estrella Productions S.A., under the new name of Teledos. 1987–91. Teledos, A Crisis and TV. Within a month, Teledos, now Argentina's 2nd private television channel, rocketed to 2nd place in the ratings, leaving behind the station's long Saladuela past. Teledos had taken a tight 2nd, just ahead of Canal 13, but behind the ratings monster that was Alejandro Rome's Canal 9, which still brought in double the viewership. Newer and fresher hosts, forgotten by the state-owned ATC, Channel 11 and Channel 13, headed up a refreshed outlet with a heavy emphasis on news. The resurgence, however, would not last long. The shareholders in El Carmen were in bitter legal disputes, which boiled over in November 1988. Garcia promptly pulled all his programming and left. A crisis now emerged, as Canal 2 was left with very little programming to air. The TV Guia publication proclaimed the situation as a tormentor. Without studio space of its own, the station had to record its newscasts 3 hours in advance and drive the film by car to its La Plata transmitter, for there was no connection between the Buenos Aires facilities it was using and its own physical plant. By the end of the year, a new name had emerged. TV's returned. However, the precarious financial state that the channel was in led to bankruptcy reorganization in 1989, out of which Eduardo Urnekian, owner of the Cablevision cable system and several radio stations in the capital city, bought the channel and incorporated it into his new multimedia group, Corporation Multimedia S.A.América. On April 15, 1991, TV's was replaced by America TV, but Urnekian's biggest change would be in facilities. In 1994, what was now known as America 2 moved its studios, and, more importantly, its transmitter, to the Palermo neighborhood of Buenos Aires, improving its over-the-air reception and becoming the first of the major Argentinian broadcasters to possess digital television equipment. Within 2 years, the name would change again to America Television. By Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog 1994 to 2000, Urnekian pulled out of his multimedia ventures during the 1990s. In 2000, the station became part of a group controlled by Carlos Avila and his family. Avila had created Torneos y Competencias, the longtime rights holder to Argentinian soccer and producer of other sports events. Under Avila, America's programming would have a strong emphasis on sports and news. 2002 present. In 2002, a major economic crisis almost carried the channel into bankruptcy. The Avila family connected America to the Grupo Uno multimedia company, and after a reorganization, the station was able to emerge from bankruptcy and maintain its license, despite a strong challenge mounted by Héctor Ricardo Garcia. In 2005, 2 of the most popular programs on the network moved to Canal 13 after the program television registrar invited a guest who had been charged with bribing the Argentinian Senate. The station's news director apparently refused to allow the program to air, and as a result, both television registrar and Indomables left America. In 2007, Francisco de Narvaez bought a majority stake in the channel. Currently, America occupies 4th place in the ratings, slightly behind Canal 9 in the competition for 3rd place. In 2015, America TV broadcast its first reality show, Digital Television. Digital sub-channels rebroadcasters. LS86 TV is rebroadcast on the following translator stations.